The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Noyantis weekly user group meeting. Today is December 18th, 2017. In fact, the way the festive holidays fall this year, this will actually be our last Noyantis webinar, weekly webinar of 2017, because obviously the next two will be next two Mondays will be Christmas Day and New Year's Day. And unfortunately, I'm not available for them. So for everybody here and people still joining, and obviously anybody catching the recording, Merry Christmas from Noyantis, and hopefully a healthy, happy, safe and prosperous New Year for all. So, okay, as always, what do? We'll open up mics if anyone's got any ideas or questions, suggestions, and so on and so forth. This week I will start with updates, which we've done a few times now. Where are we? I think, actually, last week we was just about to get an update out to... Just let me get the actual notes. Sorry about this. We're just about to get an update out to the command bars. And if anybody's seen the actual the RSS feed or the announcements and so on and so forth, let me just bring it up. And that was last week's. So where are we? Yes, basically version 4.02 came out of the command bars wrapper, the shortcut bar wrapper, and the task panel wrapper. And that included some bug fixes to do the applying of the themes. There was actually quite an omission, mainly on the command bars to be honest, but that's now being fixed, and that's been released. Again, on the command bars, if you was using the populate the content from the Clarion menu, Clarion system menu that is, then when you're adding it to the system button, it wasn't adding correctly. So that's now been fixed. And there was a resizing issue, which had been a bit of an underlying bug for quite a while. That code got fully reworked and is now released. Touch wood. Hopefully you find it works a lot better. And that was for the command bars and the shortcut bar and the task panel. Mainly basically the navigation type controls what get added to the application frame. So that was an update just after last week's user group webinar. And then, drum roll, in this week's, and I'm just going to open up the microphone for David Patterson, put you on the spot. So, David, are you there?
Hey, Andy.
Hi. So, just to show that these webinars do work, David had a problem, if you remember, connecting to the Google Calendar, which we did a private session after the user group, and we found where the particular setting was. It's probably worth us showing that in a few minutes, but we still couldn't download, and I'm glad to report that has now been fixed and is available, version 1.03
Cool.
of the Chillcat wrapper. So yes, if we have a look at the task class, the Google Calendar, establish a connection, and download, and there's the raw data going down in the JSON format.
There you go.
So very, very simple typo on, well, actual a bit trigger happy on the old keyboard when I did the last update. So entirely my fault. But fixed and released.
Was that in the class?
It was in the class, yeah.
I see, okay.
So, and by way of not an apology, but to prove these webinars work, you had suggested in the past, could you on the HTTP base class have some additions, the AWS get and sets for the various things. So they're in there as well. So you've got what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 new methods. So hopefully that will help as well. There's still some more to do, obviously, on the HTTP class, but But yes, and I've tested it with the new. Well, it's not new now. It's a month old or so, but the 950.70 build. Of course, they'll work with the previous ones where they're supported, but they are there as well, and it's tested with the new build.
Do you change the build number when you go to the Chillcat? Yeah, like yours, I think right now, like in the template, it's set to 68.
Yes, you would do that if you wanted to use 70. You put the 70 in there.
Change it to 70. Okay.
Yeah, if you're not using reg3com, chances are you'd be okay, and it would initialize because it actually only initializes the 950 part of it. But yeah, basically, but in the reg3com, then that really does come into play, the 70, because it puts it into the manifest classes, into the application manifest, and into the version manifest of the control.
Okay. So make sure you change that guy.
So yeah. So I'm using 70, but to switch between, is literally just a type there. I'm not putting that. I'm putting it as a hotfix because it's a bit of a. It's not. I suppose hotfix isn't the right wording for the Chillcat. It is release. It's that version with basically that build, if you will. So maybe the wording needs to change from hotfix to build. But yes, that's the ultimate version. And that's what it initializes, and this is really just a build within that. So hotfix build, really not much.
Yeah, whatever they call it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I really do like the library is really helpful. It's
quite powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice, and it works well.
Yeah. Well, there's lots going on at the moment, but as I've always promised, the updates will continue to come out for that. And the plan is, I'm just looking at the sheet here in front of me, and there's these 90 odd, as I said, different libraries, varying in sizes, obviously. Some very small, some quite large, but slow but surely we are starting to populate them. Still a long way to go, but we're purposely going for the more popular ones first. So the ones which are currently in dev to finish off is the HTTPs. And that's the HTTP request, and HTTP response. All of the methods are already done, and there's just a few getters and setters for the properties left to do, and then that is completely wrapped. JSON object is already completely wrapped. Various other ones are already partly done, like the OAuth and REST, but the next ones to be fully completed will be the REST and the FTP ones. Because I know one of our attendees here, actually, Bill, is waiting to have a look at the FTP. So they're the ones that are going to feed their ways out next.
I gotcha. The XML guy might be a good one too.
Yeah, I suppose. It's totally wrong, but it's whichever bit I need.
Yeah.
It's the one that gets punched up the
Hell yeah, priorities got to go.
So might as well be honest about these things. But there's a good example there today. I mean, I don't use the AWS. I take it for the Amazon.
Yeah, and that's and really the same thing. I mean, like I prefer the JSON, but the Amazon S3 and that kind of stuff is all XML.
Right.
That's why I mentioned that XML guy. It's just that's what they use.
Okay.
I prefer the JSON myself, but if they don't give it to you, then it's like, okay, well, I guess.
XML, of course.
And
it will be done. It's just the sheer power of the JSON stuff. It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I wish more people would switch to it, but there's still some holdouts. Quite a few holdouts. They're still holding on to XML, but I agree. I mean, JSON is just so much easier to deal with.
Yeah, but it'll be done. It'll be approached in very similar manner. As for the task, all those, of course, are the base classes, and the task classes. I know John. I'm not sure John's still here. Should imagine he is. But John's mentioned in the past about Twilio, and that is an actual the next task class. Plus, don't know. Let's take a quick look, see if anyone's ever heard of this. EasyPost. Anybody ever used EasyPost or heard of EasyPost? Done any work with it?
Simple shipping API.
Yeah, basically, it's really good. It's a one-stop shop. the supported carriers, where are they? You know, for international different countries, they support. Well, let's just have a look. You can see, you know,
Yeah.
various different countries, all international customs declarations, so on and so forth. So I've just been working with a client who needed this in their application. That's all done. You know, so basically, I'm thinking a task class for that might come out very shortly.
Is this like a common API then that goes across all the shippers? Is that
exactly? This is a one-stop shop. I'm not affiliated with them, by the way. It's just I've just done the work. It's fresh in my mind. But yes, I need to send a parcel from A to B, and that A can be in the UK going to Canada, US, you know, Europe, doesn't really matter. Or of course, it could be local. It could be going from Nottingham to Manchester in the UK. Kind of irrelevant. It's just parcel going from A to B, and you set up your account. They give you an account for free. You set up your courier interface. So if you've got an account with DHL and USP, well, you get USPS by default. But if you've got a DHL and a UPS, and for the UK you've got Royal Mail, then you put your account details in a secure area, and then anytime you call their API, it has a look at your carriers and gives you just the rates available for the dimensions of the parcel that you've got there and then. Really fast as well. All free of charge. If you do purchase from them, I think they charge you 3 cents per label.
Well, that's pretty
So
good.
it places the full thing. There's tracking information, and you download the you get to download the PDF labels or PNG, whatever format you want them in, but it brings them straight down.
Generate them, stick them on the boxes, and you go.
Literally, yeah. You know, you bring them down in PDF. You open up, which of course we have a very nice PDF wrapper. But no, you bring them out. You print them out, put them on the boxes, and a guy or a girl, a person turns up and takes them off you.
Or soon to be a robot, right?
Oh, of course, yes, yeah. Forgetting that little, yeah. But basically, that's going to be another task. The reason I mentioned that is that's probably going to be another task one to come out, because all the work's been done, tested with shipping to US to US, UK to UK, UK to Australia, and so on, and all the rates came back accordingly, with, like I say, with customs declarations and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah.
So yes, watch this. It's a matter. The work's been done. It's just a matter of doing the actual template.
I gotcha.
So,
Well, thanks for the updates too. I appreciate the
no problem. No
all the effort
there. So I know we've got Bill asking. If that's it, let me see beginning. Let's open the mic up. Hi, Bill.
Hey, Andy, how are you today?
Yes, good. For those who did miss because I know you just said you missed the start of the webinar, the usuals, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for 2018 and so on.
Same to you and everybody else that's on here.
Yep. Well, this will be our last weekly webinar for 2017, because obviously the way the holidays fall. So all the best, of course. So you were mentioning, are there any discounts on the purchase? Is that what you're saying? Yes. I'm just trying to read it there. On the Chillcat. At CIDC, I did negotiate with Matt that they would basically give 2 years maintenance and support instead of 1 year, but I don't know whether that offer is now expired. I can ask him for you, or you could ask him direct. Just telling you with a CIDC attendee, but you're only in a position to purchase now. But likewise, I'm happy to drop him a quick email and just say, is there any chance of honouring the sale still?
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's his? Is his email on the website or?
Well, let me take a quick look.
I just saw a purchase there was like $289 for the first year.
He didn't give him a discount on the price, but he did give 2 years instead of 1 year for the actual.
Well, that's a good deal right there.
Yeah, yes, because I think it's $130 odd or something like that. that weren't that. Sorry, I was looking for purchase there. Purchase. Yeah, so it's 289.
Yeah, to the left, just above the little
Oh, renewals.
Android.
Yes. So yeah, basically, depending on if you was going to renew, then it could be a straight 149, or you're renewing for a couple of years. Well, basically, he was offering your first purchase to include 2 years straight off the bat, so to speak. So I can drop him a quick email. If you like, his email, just for anybody else who is interested. Let me just grab it. I'm sure it's just the regular support. He's called Matt. Really nice guy. Dead easy to get on with.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just going to check for you, make sure I have got that detail.
Yeah, just let me know. 'Cause I'll go ahead and order it this week.
Yeah, it is support at Chilcatsoft. So I should imagine, if we look there. Yeah.
What was the code supposed to be for the CIDC? Was there none?
Now, I'm sure there was something he put in. Where are we? Just flicking down the emails. Won't be a second.
Because I haven't had a chance to go back and watch all that. I didn't attend this year, but I bought the all the online packages, including yours, and I just haven't gone and watched them all yet.
Well, that's the link. He's still got the link up.
Oh, okay.
So you should be able to do that. I mean, I'd try the link. If you've got 2 years updates, 289. So basically it's chilcatsoft.com/clarion_conference_offer.asp. Now, I would back that up with a quick email to him just to say you was an online attendee at Clarion, and Andy can verify that and so on and so forth. And that's, if he does contact me, there's not a problem on that.
Okay, super.
So cool.
Hey, Andy, this is David again. I was going to just check because one of the things that seems to make the Chilcat guys easy to use is because they're synchronous.
Yes.
Calls. Because you can just call it, and then it does it and then comes back
straight away. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not dealing with the whole timer, looping stages, all that whole callback thing. But have you tried they do seem like they have a guys that you can make asynchronous calls?
They do, yes. Let me just quickly jump to that. So let's go with the HTTP, as good as any.
Not that I actually want to make them, but I can see where they should, where they could be.
Well, there will be somewhere you'll need it. In fairness, most
it's kind of the opposite. It's like rarely used, but it still needs to be used. But it's mostly synchronous. Seems to be the most common.
For the work that I've been doing at the moment, I have to admit, the synchronous has been easier, even with the Easy Post, where it's going off querying various different engines and so on and so forth, which is that's not our beef. We just post against their API, and we get the answers back. Perfect.
And error handling, all that stuff just is easier. It's like if it doesn't do it, well then.
Well, that's it.
You can just stop. You don't have to go through a whole.
In the application I was working on, it didn't want them to be able to do anything else while them queries while them quotes are coming back. So basically, it produces a list box, if you will, with all the different carriers and their service, because it brings you back, that's a 2-day, that's a 3-day, that's the next day. So going with that as the example, when you press right, okay, get me the rates, please, it would build the list. Well, it didn't want them going any further. It didn't want them pressing the purchase and place it, because they didn't, there could be other options coming back. It didn't want them leaving the screen and so on and so forth. So for that, synchronous was perfect. And I think the slowest I saw it do was something like a 30-second one, which is quite long in comms, but the user, considering what they're getting, it was still acceptable. To turn that into asynchronous, there'd be no benefit, because you're still going to leave them in the screen.
Got a bunch of extra coding to do to stop them from doing all the other stuff, and then
exactly. So there was no problem. But I have allowed for. Let me just have a look. I'm sure in here there would be. Am I thinking of the?
Yeah, they have
It weren't so
samples.
much that. I think the REST is the better one actually. And I'll show you what I use a lot in here. Request full body. So you've got no body, but it's the same thing whether you're passing a body to it or not. So there's your no body and there's your async, and the major difference is that it would return you back the object of the Chillcat task. So the way they do their asynchronous is, okay, off it goes. But then if you want to go querying where it's up to, maybe it's a percentage download, so on and so forth, you can do it via that object. So,
I see.
So basically, that I have had a quick, brief play at that and so on. Can't really say I've done too much on it, if truth be known. I get my objects back. You can query the properties of the object, so I know it works and it's fine. I've just not had to put it into any live applications yet, purely because I've not had the requirement to. That's
right.
That's all. What I should really do is add one of those, maybe the REST one. To a demo and do a large download. Find a data source which returns quite a lot of data, and then basically that comes back in the task.
Get the status of the task and stuff. Yeah.
Yep, you have got other things. So basically, you've got these events. So you can see the progress information. These will be events that come back to you, just as like our calendar class, so to speak, or our command bars. When you press a button, it posts an event back telling you that there's been an execute on a control. On the calendar, if you move something, it comes back saying that the event has been changed. This is the same thing, the events. So you can see percentage done, progress info.
You'd actually trap the event like in the accept loop then?
The class already does it. The Chillcat class, let me bring it open to show you. We'll go with the REST actually. NIS-CK. Okay, so in here, don't think I'm progress, was that? No. Okay, I'm going to go back to the HTTP one. Yes, that one. So in here, now at the moment, not really doing much, except for it's just triggering. So I suppose the next thing I want to do is give you a few embed points to tell you that the percent is done. But of course, you can trap them all currently in the template.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do it via listening to the event func yourself, or telling it, I need to listen for the percent done, or I need to listen to the progress info, that type of thing. Or I suppose that's the main one for yourself there, the end receive.
So, yeah. Receive, that's probably the main, yeah.
But I can give you those hook points, a bit like the calendar when you've moved an event and it said the event it's moving and it's moved. So that kind of thing. Not a problem. Alternatively, following their docs and so on, you have got the task class. Jumping back. Task. There we are. And of course, you've got various things there, so you can cancel. So if you've got an asynchronous download going on, then you can cancel it.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you could actually have a timer event in here, or in your code.
On your code, yeah, and just keep checking you'll get the task object back, and basically you want to be doing, get properties against that task object dot one of these.
I gotcha. Okay.
I will make a point of adding an asynchronous, but I'll just need a very good, if anyone can recommend one, a big data source. See what to demonstrate it in action. That would be a very good use of it, a good example.
Yeah, some download or something.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe a large data download.
Or upload or whatever, yeah. I guess you could do that and upload. Might be easier to. Still gotta have some place to upload it to.
But I was going to say, if I could put I could put maybe a large file on our web server, mind you, then start crippling the web server. But you know,
Yeah.
or maybe YouTube. Find a largish file on
That would be
YouTube.
good. Yeah, video or something.
Yeah, let's let somebody bring something down that way, and then you're hitting their servers and not mine. So, okay.
Okay, thanks, Andy. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. And we've got a question from Paul. Let's see if Paul has got a mic. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
Yep, your microphone's a little low.
Is that better?
A little.
Maybe I need to turn up the volume. I'll do that. Is that better?
Oh, yes, that's better.
Okay. So I have an application that I haven't touched in about a year, maybe a year and a half, with command bars, docking panes, and task panels. And I know there have been some changes in the last little while, and I probably simply need to refresh something, but they no longer work. So when I click on the task panel that would go through a command bar to a docking pane, you know, the way you've shown it in your examples,
Yep.
Nothing happens.
Do they initialize, or are you just not getting, you know, like the clicks of you or the events?
They're all initializing, so everything, I think they are. The task panel comes up, and all the menu items work, and it saves the position when I close the app and so on. It's just that it never brings up a task panel. If I tell it to directly open the related window, that works.
Could we take a look?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make you presenter. So you should get a prompt saying share your screen.
Going to pick screen. There you go.
Oh,
So
okay, yep.
I'll start the application. And nothing happens.
Okay.
Nothing happens. And we're somewhere here in control, I have there. The window does open, however.
Okay, well that answers one of the questions, because one of the questions I was going to have was, okay, if you're using Reg3Com, it's not really a problem, but if you weren't using Reg3Com, then what you could find is, let's say you had version 16.3.1 of the control, and you've registered it and you're using it. That's fine. You get the event callbacks, and when you press something and so on, you get the event back. Then you install 16.4 because you've just had a new download and so on. So you download and install 16.4. So that is the last version registered within Windows, but your app's still using 16.3.1. You would find that although it initializes, you don't actually get the event callbacks because only the last one registered in Windows would do that. Now, of course, Reg3Com wouldn't be an issue for that because it's always it's initialized there and then registered there and then in the phantom, in the temporary registry. So that's never an issue with that. So that was going to be one of my questions. But in that, you just press one of the links and you got it to action. And I take it on there. If you can just press that again for me, I take it that action is just on the Actions tab.
Now that doesn't work the second time.
Well, let's have a look at your settings then. Let's have a look at what we've got.
Where should I go first?
First things first, are you using Reg3Com? Let's have a look at that question.
Yes, I am.
Right, okay.
And I will show you.
Oh, fine. That's good. Yeah, no problem.
They're all set that way.
Yeah. Okay, so
I believe they are.
takes that out of the equation. So let's go to, now, what were the extensions?
Calendar, command bars, docking pane, and task panel.
Okay, so the task panel. Let's go to that.
The global one or the?
No. So this extension. So
Okay.
brilliant. First of all, we'll go to the third party tab and let's just check that we have got it knows of the docking pane. Yep, it does. That's great. So on the let's go to the groups and let's choose one of the ones. Brilliant. Let's stick with one, and we'll keep trying that.
Sure.
Yep. So let's go to the actions of this. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a different way of doing it. Okay.
That was a way you had shown, so
Yeah.
if that's not a good way, I was
do
more than
remember.
happy to
Yeah,
change.
no. Just okay. Fine. Let's follow this through then. So the employee. So let's OK on that. And let's go to the command bar. Let's have a look at what that says to do on the employee.
I think this is it here.
Okay, yep. Control, yep, so on and so forth. Select docking pane, yep, brilliant. So that's going to select the pane. So can we just, you see, I was expecting that on the other one, but if you've got the both, then that's great. Let's OK that. And, still on the command bar, can we check the third party? Just flick through the tabs. Should be quite a bit through. Yep. So it knows of the docking pane. That's fine. Back to the task panel. Can we just check the third party of that and make sure it knows of the command bar?
Would that be it?
No, that's the task panel. No, you want to, you're on task panel, go to the next. On the tabs on the right. And again, that could well be it. Because
this needs to be flipped?
No, it's not so much that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to do it this way. Don't think it's going to do it this way. Because, right, well, let's go back to the control. Basically, it needs an extra tab on there to say command bar. So that it knows. Well, it is going to try and find a shortcut bar class for that. I
see. So if there's another way I should rework this, I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, if we can just go to that. Well, I mean, you actually pointed out an omission there, which I should sort out. But in the meantime, let's just try one. So we can go to your the maintenance, is it? Where you do your employees?
Yes. So in here?
In here, yeah. And the item for employee. And yes, it would be nice. And I do remember. Now, why that link? Got me thinking about
that. So this like I say, this all worked a while ago. It's in production, but I added the 18.2 control, started working with this, and this is when I ran into the problem.
Well, I mean, you are pointing out an omission which I can't believe is not, is not there, if you want the truth. And it's never been there too, which is worrying. So let's just, we'll change this one. We can always put it back in a minute, but if we flick through to the actions, and we'll tell it to select a docking pane. I think it's employee with force, was it not?
I think so.
Now, do expect this to work.
I suppose that's true, or does that matter?
I would do the force, yes.
And should that compile it?
Compile and run if you will. Let's give it a run out.
If I remember correctly, it was so that the menu across the top and the
Come to the
everything
same.
would all be the same.
No, yeah. Well, do you know what? We're actually going to fix this in a second, and then I'll pass it to you so you can try it live.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, I'm a bit shocked that it's not there, beyond the truth. So yeah, let's get it fixed because that's worrying.
Okay, that works.
Right. Okie dokie. We'll go to fix that. Just 1 second. I just want to bring myself back as the presenter, but stick around. We're going to yours. We've just got one quick question from Bill. So I'm just going to quickly open Bill again if he's there. Oh no, Bill, I think you've muted yourself.
Should I change presenter back to you?
Please, yes. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Hi, Bill. Are you still there?
Now I'm here.
Yes.
I muted myself.
So you just said you was template not loaded. Is it? You can see your screen. Is this Chillcat wrapper you're trying there?
Well, no, I was on the list, I guess, of products that I currently own.
Oh, right. And that was right. I understand. Now I know where. I think you mentioned that in the past, and I tried it, and I thought, oh, it worked, and I meant to go back to you. Oh well. In the meantime, let me just.
And are you offering a discount on your end too for this?
Do you know? Yes. I wasn't, but I did at the DevCon. So it's only fair that I do the same now. I forget what it was. I think we took it down to around number of 300. Yeah, we did, because that made the overall, when it eventually goes to full price, it's going up to 400. So I will honour that now. It's the 300. If you like, I can send you a link after this, which will have a make it easier. Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah, I'll send you the link afterwards. Basically, I'll send you. We now use QuickBooks Online, so I'll just send you that, and that'll have the payment instructions on it. Which does the PayPal and so on, dead easy.
Yeah, and if you could resend me that link for the Chillcat, because I got the support, but that Clarion conference one didn't seem to want to work, and either I must have wrote it down wrong.
No problem. Yeah, I'll send that across as well. Not a problem.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'll mute myself again.
Okay, so let's come off that. Let's come off that. So basically onto Paul's. I'm just trying to think of the best way. Might develop it blind and send you the link across if that's all right, Paul. So you still got your mic open?
Yes.
Yep. I'm just going to take a quick look here. It was the task panel, but this basically it's the same for each of them. So I'm going to open up the task panel template and the shortcut bar template, which would probably suffer the same problem. Third party support, and we have, yeah, I can't believe it. We don't have one for 002.
You should add 007 as well.
007 is report control.
Oh.
Each product does have a number behind the scenes. So, yes.
I'm thinking of Mr. Bond and his exploits.
Oh, no, it wasn't wasted on me. I got it. You see that? I think it's literally been that it's just been missed out. I think it's going to be literally a case of that. So let's open on my other screen. I'll bring in we'll bring in the example the task panel, just so we can see that we can select it, and then I'll fire it across to you via Skype, just an updated TPL.
Okay, I'll load up Skype here.
So that is, you see, there is a typo because the task panel wouldn't be linked to itself. Basically, it must be. It's got to have been broken in the past. That's how it should be. The task panel, the docking pane, the shortcut bar. Which means the shortcut bar, let's take a quick look. That's got, the shortcut bar's got itself in there. Command bar, docking pane, task panel. So that's a bug in there in both of those. I think it's been code which has been copied a bit blindly, if you will. Okay, let's take that out of there. So now on your task panel, so any of these, it doesn't really matter. I haven't got the command bar, but we should at least get the option for it. Third party support, docking pane, command bar, shortcut bar. I think I say that is the command bar should really be going alphabetical. Should be first. Okay, Paul, I'm going to send the files across to you now. And then we can switch back to your screen and see them in action, if that's okay with yourself.
Sure.
I take it you're on 4.2 for the task panel, shortcut bar as well, is that correct?
Yes, I believe I
don't know if you're even using it, but I don't want to upset. Maybe you just copy in the ones you need at the moment.
Let's see, 4.02, docking pane, 4.01, and bars, 4.02, calendar 4.01. So yes, I'm on the most current one.
Okay, so basically, yes, you should see command bar there, and it would link to command bar, shortcut bar, and if we had a shortcut bar example, which is one I prepared earlier. So those files have gone across. If you want to
Just getting them now.
Oh, brilliant.
I'll close the app. It probably would be unhappy if I change things midstream.
Actually, no, I do my dev that way, to be fair. And on the shortcut bar, on the third party,
So I'll just bring that.
command bar, docking pane, and task panel. So they all play nicely with each other. So apologies for that.
All right, bringing up the app. I'll get the app going again. And I should be changing
Oh,
that.
let me bring you. Sorry, let me bring you
Okay.
back to the presenter. Okay, option come across to you now.
You should see my screen now.
Yep. So back to that. We've got the task panel, third party, link to command bar. Yep, it's already got it from where you had it previously. So
Oh, it's back.
So yeah, and okay that, and we'll go back to your Google. Sorry, Google. Back to your group, and change your employee back to the correct option.
I think that's the way it was before.
It was, yeah, looks familiar to me.
Well, I'm glad to know I didn't do something wrong.
No, you point out it's got to be a bit trigger happy with the old cut and paste. So
I was on the cusp of taking this over to Clarion 10, and when this happened, I thought I better stop.
no, it was unfortunate with me.
Well, that's all right, as long as I know what's going on. This one, however, this way it is bringing, although this was working before.
Just try one of your other options for me, please. No, okay. So that's. Let me take a look. It might be one of the other things that we missed off as well, though. So let me just take a look here. Won't be a second.
No, it's all right.
Can almost do with one of the examples, but bring you back to me being the presenter.
Sure.
Okay. So back into our class. I'll bring that into here. Yep, seen it. Okay, yep, okay, got that. 2, 2, come on bar, 2. Sorry about this, Paul. I'll have to send you another one if I can.
It's all right.
Okay. Once again in Skype, winging the way across to you two files again. Sorry about this for everybody else, although it's in your interest we get things fixed. Okay, so I'm going to make you presenter again, and that's okay with yourself?
I have to write them this time. Should we go and look at anything or just start compiling?
Oh, sorry, I'm just found another particular place, which would have been a thing. So, but I just check what I made. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 6, 6, 6. Oh no, that's correct. There is another shortcut file, so let me bring you back into focus. So if that new one's copied in, what should just pass you? Yep, just give that a whirl.
So there'll be another set of files. Is that correct?
Oh, sorry, have you not received them? I did.
Not yet. It is Canada and it is cold here this morning, so perhaps the internet's working more slowly.
The ones, let me just resend them again. Make sure you're fully up to date on them. Yep, saved. Just make sure I did save them before sending them. The 2 there, and I'll send all 4 again. So they've just said sent.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we just arrived. Should I close the application to regenerate?
You would have to close it and open again, yeah, because that would then reload the latest template, presuming you've copied it into the Access 3, so on.
I just did, yes.
Yeah.
I can see it's merging. All right. Anything to change or?
Nope, just hit compile.
I should change. I had it rebuilding everything because I wasn't sure what was wrong. Most of my development work is done now in Windows 10, not Windows 7. I find it compiles more quickly.
Oh, sorry, say again. You.
This is a virtual, I work in VMs, and
Yeah.
this is a Windows 7 one. Most of the work I now do in Windows 10, and I find that works faster, Windows 10 does.
Yes, yeah, same here. I do have a Windows 7 for Clarion 6 of all things, but yeah, no, quite
There we
switchable
go.
Windows 10. There you go. Yeah,
There we go.
excellent. Well,
Perfect.
apologies for that. I apologise to everybody else for for that, but I'll get that fix out straight after this webinar.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Andy.
No, thank you. Thanks for pointing it out. Sorry about that.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Of course, and to you too, very much so.
Thank you. I'll put you back.
Okay,
here.
thank you very much. Okay, and there's just one other question, and it's David again. So, David, I think your mic's already open.
Yeah, hey, Andy.
Hi.
Yep. I went out and got the 1.3.
Did you? Is it a multi-DLL app?
Well, I tried it in that test app that you sent me,
Okay, yeah.
and so I just went out and got just the 1.3, and then I copied over the version 7.0 of
Okay,
the Chilcot guy.
can you connect?
I can connect still, and I can disconnect, but when I try to download, it says unable to download. So I've still got the same. And I did update. I changed on the program to use the latest version of the template. To use the 1.03.
Can we take a quick look at yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I recompiled both the other example that I sent yourself and our main example app, and they worked in both. It was a very simple error. It was not setting a variable correctly.
Yeah, the main one I haven't tried. I could try that. I guess the sample.
But this is the one that I sent you. Yes, that's correct. So just
and so if I just run it, compile it and run it. I did notice too, when I try to change the hotfix from 6.8 to 7.0, then it doesn't run. Like the program won't start.
The 7.0 file in the, because it's reg3com, are they in the folder?
Yes. So like, this is the test folder that I'm in.
Yep.
And so we've got our Chillcat guys right here.
But what version is that? Oh, it's 7. Yeah, okay. 7.0.
And it says 7.0. But if I change this, I found this on my other programs too. I was going to mention it, but I kind of forgot. If I just change that to 7, oops. Actually change that to 7.0 instead of a bunch of other stuff. And now you try to run it, it'll compile. And then.
Okay, let's take a quick look at the manifest, because that suggests my reg3com manifest issue that.
Maybe this guy?
Yep. And the other one as well, but we can. 950070, that's okay. And then in the Chillcat manifest itself.
This guy? Oh, still it says 6.8 here. Yeah.
Just delete it and let's see if it refreshes it, recreates it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you get rid of the other one too? Or?
Yeah. Let's check the settings on the global properties.
Let me see if I can shrink this guy down a little bit. There we go.
No, the global
properties.
Yep. Actions and manifest. Let's just take a quick look in there. Yeah, I won't do that one. Well, let's take a quick look at that. Let's try that.
Just do this one? Okay.
Yep. Okay, we've got the manifest.
Yep. Let me check this guy again.
68.
Yeah, he's still got the 6.8 in there.
Should be getting it. Should be taking it from the 70, from the version you specify. To be honest, so okay.
Just change it to 70.
well, yeah, I know it's very crude, but yes.
Well, I guess it's going to override it though, won't it? When I.
Well, just try and run from the folder. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take a quick look. So if you just run that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's run it again. So, run it. Test.
Yep.
Oh, calendar. Do this a little bit. Okay, so here's my stuff, and I can connect.
Yep. Can I have a look at the? Okay, can I look at the lib source folder, please?
That would be this guy.
Clarion accessory lib source.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, so it should be now it's NYSCK base. Oh, actually no, NYSCK task.
CK task. Should be back up here, shouldn't it? Let me see. Net?
No, after net.
Oh, yeah, we're in NOY, aren't we? Sorry.
So, yeah, base task after all these. There we go. Task Google. They're old files. They're still the. Oh no, they're not. They're correct. And if we can just go to the .clw of the task Google, NYSCK task Google.
You want the CLW or the?
Yep, please.
Okay. Because I can just open it.
Okay. So if we just scroll down, there should be a connect. And a little further, yeah. More and yeah. So it's So you are getting a connection, and it is now being set, and there's a variable being set, which was the emission. When there'd been a tidy up, it had been missed.
Oh, the active connection calendar.
Yeah, and then the download checks for that, if you will. So it seems that yours might actually be that it can't do a download.
Well, we saw that it can. Like, what happens is if I take if I get out of this, and I just restore the program back to yours, then it starts working again. So, like, if I take all this stuff, well, not here, but in the test, right, and pretty much get rid of everything except for the zip. Make sure I got that. Okay, done. And you take your zip guy, extract him back out, and don't just as long as I don't compile him, I just run him.
Yeah.
Okay, now he'll work again. So I gotta go find my file. It's in downloads. There it is. Yep. And then.
You had D Patterson before, you know.
No, I had just Patterson.
Did you? Oh, okay.
And then download. Oh. Huh. That worked before. Shit.
It's only because I'm just going to move that to the other monitor. But I know I tested that same program that I sent you was one of the exact ones that I tested. I mean, I can send you the latest version of it, just to be on the safe side. So where are we? Chillcat.
Yeah, this one, and it took a guy. It gave me back a thing over and over. So it's like now I'm really confused.
Okay, so I'm just going to open mine up, compile and run it. Make sure we've got it, and then I will send you the zip across again.
Okay. I think you just emailed it to me before.
I did, yeah. So just checking if that's. Let me just. I'll tell you what I'll do. Just bring myself back to presenter. Won't be a second. Yep. Okay. So you should be able to see my screen.
Yep.
So this is the app. Task. Connect. Download free, which is right because I cleaned out a load and just put some in today.
Yeah. Okay.
So let me send that across to you for you to try.
Okay. Someday Google's going to give me those tasks.
But you had them.
They don't want to.
Because you had them working.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, we saw them. And I could extract that. Anytime I extracted out of that zip, it seemed like it was fine. And then once I tried to compile it, load up Clarion and compile it, then I got the.
Okay, so you've got this winging its way across to you now. So software dev Chillcat should be there it is. Chillcat zip. Oh, it's 7 meg, but that's fine. So that's on its way to you now.
Okay. See, how do I get back to that guy?
And before I forget, I will just make sure that these are both set to 1.3a. Yeah, 4.3a, yeah. Okay, any other questions while we're waiting for that email to arrive? We'll still continue to make sure you can get your tasks, your things.
Thanks, Ed. Yeah, they're being stubborn.
Hey, Andy.
Yes.
I'd like to, when we're done with the main part here, I guess I'd like to talk more about that easy post stuff, because that looks like something we could use.
Yep.
So I'd like to see more about how it's implemented, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if you have examples yet or anything like that, but that would be real helpful.
Well, we did mention before, I'm going to put it as a task class. Now, I don't mind doing that rather rapidly because all the work's actually done now. I can't show it because it's in somebody else's application. It was contract work, so I can't really, without their permission, go showing off their app as much as I'd like to. But creating the task class won't take that long because it's done. But basically, you sign up. I'll just log in. You get a free account.
I did that.
Okay, brilliant.
I'm up to that screen.
You got there underneath the. I won't do it, but you will get your keys. You will get. You drop that down. You've got an option for API keys.
Right.
You put API keys in there. It will generate you. So it will generate you a test key and a production key. And then by default, it will give you a carrier of USPS, and then you can put your own ones in there. So I think I've got. I go to carrier accounts. You can see here that's not a real account. That's just a test one. And you can see here it's created automatically creates you a USPS, and you just add whichever services you already have agreements with, and so on and so forth. And there are, quite a few different countries and so on and so forth. So basically, you add those, whichever ones you need, and then you go off doing the posts. And they get you the easy post docs. So yes, you've got your basically API test and production keys. You can use it for address validation as well, which I do, and it uses address validation in different countries as well, to different degrees, depending on the data that they hold for different countries. But address validation, and the best way of tackling it is if your deliveries are one parcel in the shipment, then just create a shipment, and there's your shipment object with basically various different elements, if you will. If it's going to be more, so basically, let's say you've got a shipment, a delivery, which is 4 different parcels of different dimensions and so on, then what you would do is you would place it as an order, and an order is nothing more than a collection of shipments. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and that's really it. So there's an example of a shipment. So you can see you give it a to address. You can actually create addresses in it and store them, but in reality, unless you're posting to the same address all the time, there's not really much to be gained by that personally. You might as well just create the shipment. You give it an address structure, to address, a from address, and the parcel definition. If it's international, a customs declaration, and it will return you this. So let me just take all this and show it so you can see it in a bit more ease, if you will.
Now, what is the Chillcat stuff handling? Is it building up the JSON, or is it doing more than that?
It's doing the whole post, straight from building the JSON, straight through to posting it, getting the answers back, and then putting the answers in a JSON object, so I can then just pass through it and build it into a nice list. So there's this one. So basically, yeah, you would build up to address. You wouldn't need the ID. You would need the object, and obviously you wouldn't need the created and updated. So you create a to and a from. Parcel definition. Again, because you're creating, you wouldn't need the created and the update and the ID. updater, sorry. And then what you get back is this array of rates. So you can see this one is offering a service called First Class Package International, $9.50 with USPS, or it's offering you another one with USPS, but it's $27.40 and it's priority. And it gives you the different attributes like number of days and so on.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you can definitely connect up, and I can show it. Without permission, I'd never show somebody's work. Their applications. It's not mine to demonstrate publicly, but I can take you through it. That's not a problem if you want to connect up afterwards. And like I say, in the coming weeks, I will create a task class for it, which will do just that, the usual connect, send it. Basically, add a parcel, add a from, add a to, and get me the rates, and it will bring them back in a nice queue for you.
Yeah, but I was trying to figure out the pricing on it. Is it just
it's whatever
free to get the rates and stuff, but it's 1 cent when you print the label?
Yeah, I think it's 3 cents if you print the label. If you place the order, because basically, not place the order, you do all that. So let's go with the shipment. Let's follow the shipment through. So it's just one parcel in a shipment. So you go through, you create it, it brings you back the results. Great, that's happy, and you like this one. So you want to send it priority. It's $27.40, and it's give you the rate underscore and a particular ID. So then you would do a post. There's you retrieve a list of previous ones. Retrieve a shipment. Not really bothered about. There you go. Buy. So you do a post against shipments. The ID, which is this rate underscore so on. Buy, and that will give you basically the full purchased shipment. But this time when it comes back, just grab that. What's it not liked? Based on some kind of character. But basically, okay, forget my JSON viewer. This time when it comes back, it will have selected rate. So that's the one that you told it to buy. There's the tracking information for it, but you will also have, there's a label. And it's brought it back. Different links. There's the URL to the PNG. I send it an attribute. When I place the shipment, you can put attributes on there. One of the attributes I say is I want it to come back in PDF format by default. And it just brings it straight back as a PDF URL. And then I do a HTTP download of that file, of that link, and it brings the download straight to me.
Okay. What our flow is kind of, they have like a we'll be having different stores, I guess, using this.
Yeah.
And so I'm not quite sure how that runs through. I guess they just put in their information for the rates and stuff.
Well, no, they don't put their own rates in. No, these are all the rates that are coming live from the carrier. So basically,
right, but you can put in your carrier login so that they could, if you have negotiated rates, you can get the negotiated rates back.
You can get negotiated rates, but you would put them in here. So you go to Easy Post, drop that down to carrier details, carrier accounts, and that's where you put your account information. So let's say you had one with Amazon services, that's where you would put your information in for Amazon.
So would each company have their own account then?
Yes.
Is that what would happen?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would take care of everything.
And the only thing you need to store in your system setup is in your software setup, allow them to put in their production key or their test key if you wanted them to be in test mode.
Okay, got it.
Well, it's just a key, really.
Right. Okay. So all the billing and stuff, they would just do their own billing.
They get them. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So is the only charge then for label printing? Like you can get rates and stuff all day long?
Oh yeah, I've been absolutely hammering it while I was deving it. Yeah. In fact, I needed until I played about and got different accounts for different couriers, then the only one I had was USPS. So in test mode, I've got a confession to make actually here. In test mode, all my parcels were going from Arnold to David Patterson. so sorry about that.
Thanks, Arnold.
But yes, I must have queried, in the hundreds.
Oh, I found my problem over here too.
Oh, cracking. Let's
The problem was my account. So
I thought it was a fault when we were 1.03. It's like, can't be.
It's the G Suite. I was on a trial and it expired, I guess, since over the weekend, and so I had to.
Oh no!
Once I set it up, and finished giving it the payment info, then it.
And you kicked into life now, so it's working.
Now it works. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Annie.
That's good. There is one thing I just realised. In the zip I sent you, I'm sure I sent you JSON file. I'd be appreciated if you would delete that.
Yeah, I'll get rid of both those samples here. That was just keeping them for one little test here.
I can regen it, and it's, you won't get much from it because it's only test data, but still shouldn't have really sent it.
Yeah, no, I'll get rid of that both those folders here right now, actually.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
So yes, John, that's basically what you go in here, and like I say, in your software setup, you just prompt them for a key, and they put in their test or their production, and you software wise, you go off doing the things. Like I say, if you want to do the quick shout afterwards, I'll demonstrate it and show you the basic walkthrough.
Okay, that sounds good.
So
I can do that.
No other questions. It looks like.
The only one we did. The only one we did have over here was that 68 in the manifest file.
Oh yes. Let me bring. Are we on mine? We're still on mine, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I'm on this toolcat. Not set it to. Okay, so 70. Register you, regrecom. Run. Oh, that's not done it. Okay. So in that manifest, just having a quick look myself, and it's done the 70. Oh, I know what it is. No. Won't be a second. Oh wow! Oh no, there is a fault there. Yeah, there is a fault. Okay, leave that with me, and I will. I'll fix it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll make sure I update that 70 then or change it to that.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, there is an actual fault. It's using a constant rather than a variable. So yeah, I need to fix that and put the hotfix. I thought it was putting the hotfix in automatically. Okay. So yes, basically that's. Any other questions?
No, I think that's it.
Cool. All right. Well, we're going to finish. We're going to finish on time. So again, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for your attending and your loyalty and so on and so forth, and your ideas and suggestions throughout the year and obviously in the past. And then we go on to 2018 with some new toys. By the time we do our first one, we should probably have another couple of updates out for us to review at the start of 2018. So let's start as we mean to go on.
Yep, cool.
Brilliant. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody. All the best.
Bye. Yeah.
Cheers.
All right, bye.